Now I'll show you how to interact with the different reports that we have built out in the system. The reports menu can be accessed by the top bar labeled reports. And here you see a list of all of the ones that have already been created. For each report page, it brings you to a view like this. At the top, it'll tell you which report you're looking at, and then there's a search box that acts as filters on the report, which allows you to drill down to specific timeframes or clients, adjusters, or whatever other options are listed at the top as appropriate. You must click search to apply any filters or changes to the below report. And so like if we select farmers, it won't automatically update this, but once you click search, it'll only bring up the records that have farmers as a client. Similarly, you can reset, but you'll want to re-hit search. You can export any given report into Excel and it will create a table in Excel that you can then do additional manipulation with or build graphs off of or add more columns or whatever you need to do just by clicking this export to Excel button. And then you see the actual detail below. So I'll talk you through briefly what the existing current reports do. So this first one is the aging invoices. This report shows invoices in a given date range with some detailed information such as um, the file number, the claim number, the insured name. It also includes the balance and the appropriate aging bucket, so whether the balance is current, 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days late. Again, you can set the range that you're looking for, the adjuster, filter by an adjuster or filter by a client to get more detailed information. The next report that we will look at is the adjuster payout. We have two versions of this, an expanded and a simple. This shows how much money is owed and who it should be paid to as far as adjusters are concerned. In the expanded version, it breaks down the name of the adjuster, the company they work for, if applicable, the amount that they are owed, and then whether or not you pay to the company versus the adjuster directly. You can again set the range for the report for commissions between a particular date range. In this case, all of these commissions will be paid to the adjuster themselves and not to the company specifically. The simple report is the same information presented in a different way, where it simply says who you make, who you pay, like who you would write the check to or whatever, and the amount that it's owed. So if it was the adjuster themselves, it'll be their name, as is the case for these four. If instead a company name was provided and you were instructed to pay that company, that would show up on the pay to field. So if, for example, there was someone, a company called Katie's Adjusters, who we owed money to, there would be another row here and it would say Katie's Adjusters and the amount owed versus in the expanded report, it would still have my name, for example, Tobias Katie, and then Katie's Adjusters, the amount owed and paid to company will say yes. So these reports are, again, the same information, but just slightly different layouts for different use cases. The next two reports are also related. We have a claims closed detail and a claims closed summary report. The claims closed detail has every claim closed with additional detail about the claim and when it was closed. So each row is an individual claim. It has the insured name, the date it was received, the date it was closed, and the age. Again, you can filter this by the specific date range for the close date, a particular adjuster, or a particular client. The summary version, the claims closed summary table, groups these by client and lists a number of days and average aging for that client. So for example, all of the claims that are for Allstate insurance, there have been 254 that were closed and they have an average age of negative 448 days. It also provides the summary tab at the bottom across all clients. And again, you could filter this by a particular date range. The next two reports are also related. We have a claims received detail and a claims received summary. The claims received detail includes multiple details about every claim received in a given time frame. So again, you can set the time frame at the top. It'll tell you the client, if a client rep was assigned, what policy line, coverage type, work type name, whether or not it's a CAT event, the event category, the loss type, the file number, who's insured, the claim number, the date received, and the adjuster assigned to the claim. So it provides a lot of detail. And again, you could export this information and further group or analyze it in Excel. The summary takes this same information and groups them into a record count by both client and the client rep. So, for example, within Allstate Insurance, there are 3 specific client reps and a no contact assigned option as far as which claims have been assigned to a particular client rep or not. It'll tell you how many of the claims were from each of those client reps, and then it'll give you a total for the client itself. And you can see this for each client broken out down below. Next, we have the client invoice summary. The client invoice summary gives a total invoice amount per client in a given date range. So again, it just lists the client and the total amount, but you could set a different range of dates and the table would update once you click search. And then the last report that we have here is for payments and write-offs, and this report shows payments to invoices that have been made. So it includes the date, the invoice number, the adjuster, the insured name, the client, and the amount. And again, you could set a date range at the top or look for a particular adjuster or client and hit search. These are the current reports that have already been built out in the system and a basic overview of how to navigate them.